Are you ready to take your organization to the next level and become a game changer in your industry? Then look no further. Welcome to Yeukai Business Show, where we bring you the world's top business thought leaders to share their secrets to success, from leadership development to finance, marketing, self-development, human resource management, and much, much more. Our guests reveal the strategies, tactics, and mindsets that have made them so successful. So let's dive in and learn from the best in the business. Awesome. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are so excited for you because what you're about to discover is going to truly change everything. In fact, we're going to be talking about the frequently asked questions around this area. You know, sometimes you just need a straightforward answer to a question that you may have. And today, we just have the right expert to share with you what works today. And this is based not only from just theory, it's good to have theory, but from experience that spans over a very long period of time, and the proof in the customers and the testimonials that are on the website that this stuff we're going to be talking about actually works. Now, before I introduce our guest here today, I want to remind you to go into the community and get ready to ask any questions that you may have around this topic, because, you know, these times we have on the podcast, we can only cover so much, but the rest of the conversation, the real conversation or in-depth conversation, happens in the community. So you want to go into the community and ask those questions. There will be a link at the bottom of this page for you to ask those questions. Now, back to our guest. Incredible. Thanks again for joining us here. Truly appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to talk to us and be generous with your knowledge. Now, for those who are yet to discover you or who haven't met you or discovered some of the things that you do, could you tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of your background, your education, and your experience in this area? And while you're at it, let people know whether you have been an overnight success, which I know there isn't, and if you haven't, what has worked for you over the years for you to become the expert that you are today?
Hello, everyone. My journey began in 2016 when I stumbled upon a unique opportunity to become a fractional CTO and CPO for an established tech business. At the time, I was working as a tech executive and was asked by the CEO to help him a few hours a week. Little did I know that this would be the catalyst that would change my life forever. Working as a fractional executive gave me a bird's eye view of how different companies operate. I realized that many small businesses struggle to implement effective strategies due to lack of resources, experience, or expertise. This realization sparked an idea in my mind. I saw an opportunity to leverage my 20 plus years of technology executive experience and help these businesses succeed. After successfully working as a fractional CTO slash CPO as a side gig, I decided to finally bite the bullet and start my own company offering fractional services to tech-focused startups, small businesses, and nonprofits.
Awesome. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate that. Now, in my journey, I've got to be honest with you. I've had to overcome a lot of roadblocks, from right at the beginning of my business journey. Even up to now, I consistently have to overcome these roadblocks. I want to talk to you about roadblocks. What roadblocks did you face earlier on, and how did you overcome them?
The initial challenge was to acquire customers. I recognized there was a demand for my services, but I was not accustomed to selling my services to prospective customers. I therefore focused on delivering valuable outcomes rapidly for my customers, which led to references that allowed me to grow my business. Every CEO and tech and small tech business is different, and the challenge in every new engagement is to rapidly build credibility. In the first week of a new engagement, I take time to understand the CEO, the business, and even their customers. This allows me to tailor our services to be effective immediately and build a long term relationship.
Yes. Yes. And thank you for becoming in that example that, these roadblocks can be overcome because you did it. And I know Bill listening in here can attest to that they too will be able to overcome because it has been done before. Now, what was your first major breakthrough that gave you that, perhaps assurance that you were on the right path?
Love this question. The first breakthrough is always a confidence booster. My first customer had a team of 10 talented engineers that struggled to consistently deliver to market needs. They were distracted by competing demands, inefficient processes, and legacy architecture. I worked with a team to ruthlessly eliminate unnecessary activities, had tough discussions with their executive team to prioritize customer demands, and incorporated simple agile processes to improve efficiency. The changes I spearheaded improved their customer experience score from a 60 to 90 in just 3 months.
That's awesome. That is incredible. How is the world, perhaps, in this area has changed or is different now than when you got started?
In the initial years, our customers wanted us to be firefighters, to urgently solve a problem. While that is still required, we are now also delivering innovative solutions that directly impact our customers' bottom line. In the last couple of years, I'm also establishing a framework on how to engage with customers so that other members of the Dellens team can deliver consistent outcomes.
Indeed. Things don't stay the same, do they? They keep changing. And I've discovered that the people who are quick to adapt to the situation are the ones that will stay in the business for a very, very long time. And the ones that wants to stay with the old system uh, tends to be out of business in no time. I think of the blockbusters, the DVDs and the video back in the time, they all went out of business. We don't know exactly the ins and out of that, but they were not very quickly to adopt and become very, flexible in accepting the new system or the new way of doing things. Therefore, if Bill, you're listening, you may want to look at how flexible you are when it comes to these things. While at it, I've just thought of something else. I was listening to one of my mentors a few years ago, and he said, in business, you have to be as fluid as water. The water flows, it follows the path of least resistance. It follows. You never find water flowing uphill. It's always downhill. And the concept he was trying to share with me there is, the world is changing. And whatever you're going through, whatever you're trying to build, look for that path of least resistance and go with that. If it means changing something, leaving a certain way, or leaving a certain aspect of your business, adopting a certain aspect of your business, you do that. You're going to, well, in a way, you'll be able to increase your chances of staying in business over a long period of time. I know I've wandered a little bit there, but I just felt it'll be applicable at this point because it still works for me today. I always, in every situation, follow the path of least resistance. Let's talk about how can you get started fast in this area for those who are listening.
It is critical to keep abreast of current technology and product trends. I allocate time every day to read books and social media posts from experts in the area. There is nothing more effective than practice. I therefore make it a point to always incorporate new technology and processes wherever applicable in our customer engagements.
I guess a lot of people, including me, of course, wants to know how long does it take to see real results, tangible result in this area, and perhaps how much commitment it takes, maybe on a daily or weekly basis, to begin to see results that we want. So perhaps in your experience and in helping a lot of people, how long does it take really to see sizable results, something that we'll be proud of?
To see growth in the business, it requires the equivalent of at least a full time commitment.
I couldn't resist asking this question I'm about to ask, because you've explained things so clearly, these steps, and how, and even touched on how long it takes, and it's very clear. But you and I know that not everybody is going to be doing what you just shared here. And in your experience, what stops most people from really doing what you've just talked about here, and how they can avoid those roadblocks, perhaps, to so to speak, or those things that will steal their goal from them? Would you help us explore this for a moment?
The business requires a high level of energy. It is essential to focus on health by eating well and exercising properly. Beyond that, the business requires you to always be in customer acquisition and customer service mode. This tends to not be in most tech executives' comfort zone. One should either get comfortable selling or having a partner who does.
Awesome. Awesome. That's really great. Given what you know about this, where are the big opportunities coming up? For anybody who is looking at and maybe thinking, is there an opportunity coming up? Would you explore based on what you know, what's happening in the industry right now?
The big opportunity is to level the playing field for tech focused startups and small business owners. By Dellens providing access to executive level fractional CTO and CPO leadership, companies can navigate complex challenges, build scalable solutions, and achieve their boldest aspirations.
And who should pay particular attention in this area because they stand to benefit the most?
CEOs of tech focused startups with revenues in the range of $1 million to $25 million benefit most from the fractional services we offer. These are companies that have either grown organically or raised an angel investment round. These type of companies have the same technical challenges as any other company, but cannot easily attract top level talent or do not have the cash flow to hire a full-time CTO or CPO.
I would be taking notes of that because if I notice that I am going to benefit the most, I would do everything I can to make sure that I'm in line to receive that. Let's switch gears for a moment and talk about the fastest way to succeed, and the best time to get started in this area so that it becomes very clear and people can schedule, what they need to do right away.
I am not sure of the fastest way. I had 15 plus years of tech leadership experience when I started Dellens. Success requires confidence in your leadership skills. So work on building confidence by focusing on successful outcomes for your employer or customer.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm certainly enjoying this conversation. Can I remind you, Bill, and everybody listening in today, that you can certainly ask any follow-up questions to any of the areas we are touching on here today in the community. I will be in there, the team will be in there, and everybody will be in there to support you. Coming back to you, let's talk about tools. Are there any special tools or training or equipment that will help through the process? We might as well talk about the kind of cost generally that people should expect to improve their skill set and for them to become what we are talking about here and capitalize on the opportunities that are ahead.
An important ingredient to succeed as a fractional CTO or CPO is to be aware of the latest trends in product and technology. You can do this by books, online courses, and social media posts from experts in the industry.
Incredible. And what kind of results can people expect if they do things right? And are these results typical? For anybody who is starting out, or even those who've been around for a while.
Being a fractional CTO or CPO is a fun ride. Delance allows me to leverage my skills and experience in helping startup CEOs succeed. You can experience joy and satisfaction because you have helped a startup or small business achieve their aspiration.
Awesome. We are certainly coming toward the end of our time here together, but are there any other questions that business owners should be asking, regarding this now, or begin to think about asking, so that when they get into the community later on, they will be able to ask those questions?
From the business owner perspective, the goal is to find a fractional CTO or CPO who not only has the right technical leadership skills, but also aligns with their company culture and can work effectively with the team.
Excellent. What final thoughts do you have to help motivate business owners to get started right now, or to take this subject we're talking about very, very seriously?
The time to get started is now. We offer up to 2 hours of free consultation. Reach out for a conversation to evaluate if we can address your challenge.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for a great interview and for your generosity in sharing what is working right now with everybody here. And I know there will be people wanting to connect with you, or even carry on the discussion with you and find out more, perhaps want to work with you. Could you tell us a little about your website and how they can connect with you today?
Our website is delence.com. DELENCE.com. There is a contact us button on the site to contact us.
Excellent. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You've just received a masterclass on this subject. And if you were to take one of those things applied today that you've discovered, you could see a tremendous change in what you're trying to do. As you know, success breeds success. And what I've discovered in my personal life is when I succeed in the very first step, my confidence goes up, and I have got this courage and energy to implement the next step and the next step and the next step. And truly, over a period of time, I change, or I've moved from point A to point B, and I've changed my business. I've even changed my life. So I want to encourage you to go and implement what you've discovered today. And if you've got any questions, just go straight into the community to ask those questions. And I want to come back to you here for a moment. And I know that you will be participating in the group. Would you tell everybody how you're going to be helping the listener, those that may have any questions that are in the community moving forward? And when you have done that, we'll just conclude it there. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, go implement this stuff. Go implement this stuff. I can't emphasize that enough. Go implement it. And until next time, live well, live with passion. Know that the best is truly yet to come. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to Yeukai Business Show. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode and have gained valuable insights and inspiration from our amazing guest. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review to help us spread the word. Also, be sure to check out our Leadership Ultimate Success Mastermind program, which is designed to help you and leaders in our community to do great things and support each other along their leadership journey. Until next time, live well, live with passion, know that the best is truly yet to come.